Good morning, I'm Dr. Kath McIntosh from Lower Long Farms and Northern Rivers Equine Veterinary Clinic in Australia. We have Pastor Stephen standing with us this year, and he's an absolute delight to have here, and we love him a lot. We had some problems early on trying to, firstly, getting him settled in. We weren't aware that he had to be boxed all the time. So he goes into the box, one that we built specifically for him, and he seems quite happy there. And during the day we'll bring him out and he'll graze on the lead. He seems quite comfortable doing that, and I'm sure we could probably potentially get him grazing for extended periods of time, but now that we've got a routine established, I don't want to change anything. So he's settled in really well. And then the other biggest thing for us was the collection, and although we were getting him collected, his libido wasn't great. He would sometimes he would jump but wouldn't ejaculate, and the fundamental thing there was that we were using a Missouri AV as opposed to a Colorado AV. Missouri's are the most common ones we use here. So once I switched him to a Colorado AV, it was a completely different horse. And the other thing that we changed was that we actually collect him on the offside, and I'm not actually sure how we established doing that, but I think it was just try something different. So we now collect him on the offside, which, everything is a little bit opposite to what we would normally do in doing that, but it seems to work, and he has been collecting like clockwork ever since. We put the tease mirror on the other side of the dummy. We don't really have anywhere else to put her but there on the offside, in the way that we're collecting anyhow. He teases up good, his libido is great. I think on one occasion we've collected him twice in the day because we had such a big number of orders that day, and he collected perfectly both times, and also had similar volume and concentration of semen both times. So he's kicking along really well. So there's some footage to follow now showing just what we do with him, and I know every collection facility is different, but this routine, and we keep it a very strict routine, is what works for us. He's also the first stallion that we collect in the lineup of stallions as well, and I'm not game to change that order now that we have it, but whether that is important for him too, I'm not sure. We also tend to shut our door on our barn when we collect him. The other stallions we leave it all open, but with him we do shut it, because initially he would become quite distracted. Now that we've got the AV and the routine, I'm not sure if that would change if we did open it, but once again, we're not going to change anything because it's working so well. And as you'll see, we'll go on to, we wash, collect, and then process the semen, and he always goes out and has a roll and a pick to eat after he's been collected, and that seems to be his reward, and he's very happy doing that. So hope you find this helpful, and thanks very much for letting us have Pastor Stephen down here in the Southern Hemisphere, because we love the horse dearly. Thank you. Okay, so we're using a Colorado AV for Pastor Stephen. So we're filling the water, or the AV up with water that's at 50 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit, but 50 degrees Celsius is a comfortable temperature for him. For all our other stallions, we actually use Missouri AVs, which you can see over against that wall there. So this is the only stallion we've got using a Colorado, which I don't mind actually. They're quite easy care. So Pastor Stephen likes the AV firm but not too tight. So that's about how we have it for him. I'll pop this over here. Pop our liner in. Pop some, just a small amount of lubricant in there. He does seem to prefer a little bit of friction, not too much lube. And a 50 degree bladder usually leaves us with about a 45 degree on the inside. of the AV. So that's our AV. So then we grab our bottle, and we've got his own stubby holder, pass to Stephen. So we just collect into a baby's bottle, which has a well-packed bag inside and a filter. That just screws on there like that. I think everyone has a slightly different setup for their collection and filter, but this is what we use. And we can pop it up in there and then it keeps warm. That's that. So this setup's all a little bit backwards for us. We would normally teach and collect every stallion from the near side, not the offside as we do with Pastor Stephen. So the tease mare is normally behind a division on the other side of the dummy, so we're all not quite in our normal positions, but it does seem to work for him, so that's the main thing. That's not great. on, man. Good boy. Oh, man. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, man. Good boy, man. Good boy. For the collection today, we collected about 9 billion sperm. It was a good collect. He's usually collecting in quantities around 25 to 40 mil in each collect. His progressive motility is excellent. It's in excess of 80% easily, and we're getting excellent pregnancy results with him as well, including getting a number of problem mares in foal, both naturally and also to embryo transfer, who have had, who haven't been able to get in foal for a number of years now. So for us, his fertility is great. He is usually around 180 to 250 million per mil of total sperm, and we usually calculate his progressive motility at about 85%, which is pretty conservative because they're just all going crazy under the microscope. So that's the wrap on Pastor Stephen. Once again, he teased up well. Our stallion handler is very good with him. She's very kind and quiet and encouraging for him. And sometimes, she'll, just her body language and the way she talks to him seems to, get the reaction we need and has him comfortable. So I think that's important for us, is having a great stallion handler as well. The horse has confidence in her. And you'll probably also note I don't really touch him all that much. I get him into the AV and then I don't feel for a pulse or anything like that. I just leave well enough alone. I know when he's ejaculated because I can see it at the end of the Colorado AV. And really, I don't think, since we've started collecting the offside with the Colorado, we haven't had to jump him more than once for a collect since we started that. So he comes in, teases up, washes up, teases and jumps and collects. So I hope you found that helpful today. And once again, thank you very much for letting us have the pastor down here.